So let me start off with something that's been sitting on my mind for a long time. Beauty. Real beauty. It's supposed to be personal, right? Something special, something that you can't replicate. But somewhere along the way, it started feeling like beauty got factory made. Like we all woke up one morning and the world has quietly decided that everyone needs to have the same waist, the same flawless skin. And the media just ran with it. They're like this giant assembly line pumping out the same impossible face over and over again. And so people, especially girls, start thinking about start thinking that who they already are somehow isn't enough. And I want to talk about that because this isn't just something that affects those girls over there or people online. It affects every single person sitting here. Dove did a study just this past year, 2024, and 71% of girls said that if they just spent less time on social media, their self-esteem would improve. 71%. That's basically 3 out of 4 girls. Admitting that their phone, the place you're supposed to connect, laugh, relax, is actually making them feel worse about themselves. And the funny thing, even the influencers who look perfect in those posts feel the same way. Most of those images we see are edited, filtered, face-tuned, or even AI generated now. And we compare ourselves to them every single day. And I'm not even saying this as someone above it. I've lived it. I grew up in the era of face filters that made your nose smaller and your lips fuller. The era where you can literally change your entire face with an app in 2 minutes. I've stared into the mirror wondering why I don't look like the girls on my feed, the girls who somehow always wake up looking like they just stepped out of a Vogue photo shoot. And for a long time, I thought that it was just my own insecurity talking, but it wasn't. Researching this topic made me realize that the system is designed to make us feel this way. It profits off that feeling. I want you to picture someone for a moment. Just close your eyes and imagine a girl. Maybe someone you know, maybe someone you love. It could even be a younger you. She's in her bathroom getting ready for school, sitting in front of the mirror, tugging at her shirt, pulling at her skin. She's turning her face from side to side the way influencers do on TikTok. Her day hasn't even started, but she's already criticizing herself. Before she even picks up her backpack, she scrolls through Twitter and Instagram, and all she sees are faces that whisper the same quiet message: you are not enough. And just like that, her entire day is shaped by a tiny moment she probably won't even remember, but her confidence will. And she's not alone. Millions of girls start their day the exact same way. So let's break this down. First, how did the media even create this one narrow beauty standard? Planet Spark talks about how the media, TV, movie, ads, influencers, constantly repeats the same look over and over. The same body type, same skin type, and same face shape. And even when you're shown something repeatedly, your brain starts believing that it's a norm. Everything becomes the exception, even though real humans don't believe that. And Dr. Renee Ingen, in her book Beauty Stick, goes even deeper. She explains that girls grow up learning to evaluate themselves instead of just being themselves. Think about that. Instead of normal living, a lot of girls are monitoring themselves, checking how they look while doing normal things. Walking, talking, sitting. Because the media has taught them that their face, their body, and their appearance is their main source of value. Social media makes it even worse. Elite Learning points out how filters, editing apps, and influencer marketing twists our sense of what normal actually looks like. Things that used to look edited now look natural. Our brains literally can't tell the difference anymore. And this leads to the second point: psychological harm. The Established published something this year about Gen Z's struggles. On one hand, we hear messages about loving ourselves, accepting our bodies, and being confident. But at the same time, we're flooded with images to tell us to look the opposite. It creates this constant tug of war between wanting to accept yourself and feeling like you're not measured up. Cameron Russell, a model, said in her TED Talk that even she doesn't look at her photos. And this is someone who works in the beauty industry. She said that those photos are engineered. The lighting, the makeup, and the retouching. So we've got girls comparing themselves to outcomes that aren't even humanly possible. And NG's research is heartbreaking because it shows just how deep this goes. By dissatisfaction, anxiety, obsessive self-criticism, and this constant pressure to try and fix yourself. Buy a new product, try a new routine, or get a new procedure. It becomes a cycle girls grow up believing is normal. And then we get to consequences, the real ones. Those beauty standards aren't just hurting feelings, they're fueling billion-dollar industries that profit off of insecurity. Elite Learning puts it bluntly, the beauty industry needs girls to feel not pretty enough or they wouldn't buy the products. Planet Sparks talk about how this creates a social hierarchy. Girls who fit the beauty ideal are treated better, while girls who don't can face bullying, exclusion, and shame. And the worst part, they internalize it. They believe that something is wrong with them, when in reality, something is wrong with the system. But the good thing is, it's fixable, really fixable. The solution isn't deleting social media or pretending that looks doesn't matter. The solution is promoting diversity, teaching media literacy, and showing real unedited beauty. Anagen says that once girls stop tying their entire self-worth to how they look, they get back to so much real energy, confidence, and happiness. Imagine how different life would be if people weren't constantly checking themselves in every reflection, every camera, and every photo. So we bring this all home. Today, I walked you through how the media create these beauty standards, how those standards harm girls and women, and why pushing for realistic, diverse beauty is the only solution that actually moves us forward. Because the problem is real. The media's obsession with one perfect copy-paste look has been hurting girls for years. It warps self-esteem, shapes mental health, and builds this whole cycle of insecurity that will just keep on repeating unless we choose to do something different. But here's the truth. We don't have to accept any of it. The media can keep recycling the same face, the same body, and the same ideal, but we just get to decide if we buy into it. Real beauty isn't filtered, edited, or AI generated. It's lived, it's individual, and it's human. And the moment that we stop letting the media define beauty for us is the moment that we finally get it back. Any questions?